guess what was stuck there.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Unusual Suspects podcast. Joining me today, we've got our usual unusual suspects. We've got Viva Frei, we've got Vincent Oshana, we've got Humberto Ballart, and I'm not supposed to say first names or last names.
Who gives a damn? They're not gonna be able to spell it.
It's all on
Can I
Google.
say one thing though?
It's a
Can we
fake name
acknowledge?
anyways.
Can we acknowledge that it's Rob's birthday today? Did you know that?
39 years old.
Thank you.
He's 35, guys. 35 years old, young.
Yep.
Looking good.
Yep, and we have a ton of great stories for you guys today. We have a new set. Big shout out to the team in the back, Julius, Jake, Malik, and Deli, who helped put this together for us. So we actually have a desk now.
Wow.
And if you want to get fancy, you can just pick up the microphone, like turn
know.
around
Wow.
and say, hello, everybody.
Yeah, but now you're out of frame, and
Jake's
now the guys
back
are going to
there
have to come
too.
back
Yeah,
and frame
Jake,
you.
yeah.
Shout out to Humberto for the idea.
Yeah,
Tremendous
wow.
idea.
Well, we had this all along. I
know,
get
but
it.
You put one and one together and you're Bill Gates.
I like that I shouted out the team. Humberto shouted out
Himself.
himself. You don't normally shout out yourself, but okay. A ton of great stories. Illegal migrant killed 3 people here in Florida doing an illegal U-turn. Bill Clinton is named as the prime suspect in the Epstein probe. And there are a ton of, I don't know if you guys saw it this morning, but there's a ton of Epstein stuff that has broken, and we will keep you updated on all of the new Epstein information. Roblox, I don't play. Do your kids play?
Roblox, no, more Fortnite, but I'm aware of the problems with Roblox.
Well, they're saying Roblox is like the newest way for pedophiles to connect with young kids.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and
because
that-
it's like every other story is pedophiles, and we're gonna get to all of them. And it's like it's gonna
Well,
be
you're
too
right.
long.
We have
Vinnie.
a pedophile trifecta because we have the Epstein story,
Epstein?
then we have Roblox,
Roblox?
and then it leads right into Tom Alexandrovic from
Vich.
the Israeli National Cyber Directorate, who was arrested on child exploitation charges
He was
in
trying-
Vegas.
Yep.
So yes, you're right. It's a pedophile bonanza.
And it's but by the way, every week. But everybody's like, just don't worry about it. Who cares? It's just kids.
Have you ever run into anybody who tries to float the argument that it's not pedophilia unless it's prepubescent children, and if it's like young girls,
Yeah.
12 to 16, that it's just there's another word for
Maps.
it. But like, no,
What
because
about maps?
they
Minor
try-
attracted person.
No, they try to convince you like Epstein wasn't a pedophile because he was attracted
Alan
to like.
Dershowitz did that.
Alan Dershowitz.
Connor, if you could find that clip, Alan Dershowitz, one of his defenses of JeffreyEpstein was that the girl, it wasn't like they were 12 and 13. They
Jeez.
were like 17 and 18.
They were underage but developed, so you're attracted to an adult
let me
person.
explain that.
who's-
Good luck. Good luck when you die and God's like, so what you been up to? And you're like, she was 15, not 14.
But a very mature 50.
Yeah, she had
it's such a
shoulders.
dirty, disgusting argument.
Yeah.
But all right.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of dirty and disgusting, I want to do dirty and disgusting things to the subject of our other stories today. Paulina Luna. She is beautiful. From head to toe, that woman is stacked. I mean, did you see her in the American flag bikini?
Every morning. What do you mean? Every morning, Rob? Every morning I look at that when my morning is going sluggish. I look at that and I'm just like, man. And again, Republicans and Democrats. Think about it. Are there any hot Democrat? Come on.
AOC.
No,
Man, she's just annoying. No, just her face is just annoying, bro.
And then,
Nancy Pelosi
Oh,
for
that's
her
my
age.
one.
well, she had some big heavy
Her and
hangers.
Hillary, baby.
I'd marry her for the money.
Of course.
And then we have 2 outdoor stories that we're going to try and tie in together if we have time. They have banned people from going in the woods outside of Canada.
Yeah, in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, the Maritime Provinces, penalty of 25,000 to 100, 6 months in jail.
Let's go, Canada.
Totally normal.
And on top of that, you may not even want to go into the woods because there are mutated squirrels and rabbits here in the United States. We'll get into all of those stories and more. If you have not done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the Unusual Suspects channel. We are here live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We've changed the day. We've changed the time a million times.
We're changing our sex. We're going to all be transgenders.
Yes, we're all transitioning. We
Yeah.
transition time,
Yeah.
day, and now sex. But if you have not already done so, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you pick up any of the VT merch that you see, like this cool Flag Day shirt. There's the Angry Patriot merch as well. You're not wearing. Well, he's got Angry Patriot thong.
Thong right
today.
now, and it's in there.
VTmerch.com. VTmerch.com for you to get all of that. Let's jump right into what happened here in the state of Florida. This took place on August 12th up in Fort Pierce. An illegal migrant who was operating a semi-truck legally Isn't that weird how you can be in this country illegally, but somehow yet obtain a commercial driver's license and drive a semi-truck legally in the state? The guy's name is Harjinder Singh. He attempted to make a U-turn on the Florida Turnpike. If you've ever driven on the Florida Turnpike, if you guys ever, like, it's
Not
the
a
way you
joke.
go up to Orlando. It's only 2 lanes. It's not.
It depends where. Some places it's more than 2 lanes, but for everyone to appreciate the U-turn he tried to do on the turnpike from the right lane, across the 2 or 3 lanes of
and
highway.
you see in the camera shot, like, he looks and the person's like, boom, dead.
Are we allowed to show the video?
It's
Yeah, I
not.
mean,
it's not graphic.
It's not graphic,
if you can show
but
it.
I mean, you know what the point
We
is.
have it, and all right. So the tractor trailer, he tried to make a U-turn. The tractor trailer blocked all the lanes. Then a black minivan that carried 3 people: a 30-year-old man from Florida City, a 37-year-old woman from Pompano Beach, and then a 54-year-old man from Miami. They had no choice but to drive right into it because I guess it was a turn that was made at the last minute. Here's the video. This is, again, the guy in the green shirt is a truck driver, legally from the state of California. That's where he got his CDL. But illegally in the country. He snuck into the country in 2018, crossing the southern border, originally from India. He's the truck driver. I don't know who the fella is with him in the cab, but take a look. Here's the accident in real time. Here he is trying to make the
Look out the
U-turn.
driver's window.
And look, you can see the van, boom, right into that.
Look at the absence of a reaction from. Oh
doesn't give a
shit!
damn.
Well, the other guy just like was on his phone on
And
TikTok, not even
at his
paying
face.
attention.
Look at his face. Look. People are dead.
So
People are dead, and look. Yeah, what up?
No. I make. bad
Sorry,
mistakes.
because that drives me crazy. You know what?
Do you understand though that if you've ever looked at the back of a pickup truck, they have that rebar on the back of the truck.
Yeah.
That if you rear end it, it stops your car from going under and you
Yes.
getting decapitated.
Yes.
They don't have that on the side. So when they crash right into the side, that if you're looking at the picture, I don't know if we're seeing it right now. The metal ridge effectively decapitates the car because it goes
And
through
guess
the
what
windshield.
happened to those people?
No, it's horrendous.
Dude,
it's
there's
horrendous.
no chance of survival.
No, it just
No,
that
look, because
speed
on that
and-
speed,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
What do everybody's simultaneously going down? You know what drives me crazy when I read this story? Not only is he here illegally, 2018. Who was the president?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. How did he get in here illegally?
He got in illegally.
Crossed the border,
Southern border.
because they wouldn't because every time he was saying close the border, they fought him tooth and nail to leave the damn thing open, build a war, whatever. That scumbag came in here illegally, but knows that he could go to California, get a driver's license, and mind you, just a really quick shout out to Gavin Newsom in California. This past weekend, they became #1 in unemployment rate and homelessness. Homelessness has already been there, but here's my thing. So he goes there and gets a driver's license legally because he could get
a commercial driver's
which
license.
is even 10 times harder to get because you have to learn. Dude, driving a truck and backing up.
He probably bought it. He didn't learn anything.
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. So here's my question to you guys: who's going to be held accountable? These people are dead. Floridians are dead because this guy got a driver's license to drive in California and then he came here. Who's responsible? Can Pam Bondi or who's the attorney general in Florida? Can the attorney general in Florida with who's the governor?
It's DeSantis.
DeSantis. Can they go after these people and sue them?
Well, so I actually this morning submitted the California. Thank you. The California equivalent. My hair is shedding everywhere.
it's okay.
I just wanted to touch you.
The California equivalent of a FOIA request in California. And I want to know when the guy got his license, what documentation he submitted to get it, because he came over in 2018 illegally. He applied for asylum. He applied for whatever authorization. It was denied under Trump. It was granted under Biden in 2021. The question is, when did he get his CDL? If he got a CDL after he got his employment authorization documents, whatever it is, choking on my tongue here, then it's legal that he got the CDL, but I still say criminal and corrupt. If he got his CDL in California in 2019, when he had a pending asylum application, I don't think it's illegal that he got it in the first place. So right now, Gavin Newsom's trying to say, haha, it's Trump's fault. He came in 2018. First of all, that's not what caused the accident. What caused the accident was California giving him a frickin' CDL. When did California give him the CDL? What documentation did he show for it? Because I do think that there is potential criminal misconduct going on here, from the DMV that issued it to whatever Biden order granted this guy permission to stay after it was initially denied by Trump and he was slated for deportation. And then this guy by the way, there was another accident in Arkansas, also by a Harjinder Singh, who took a truck. Same name, but not the same guy. Because there is an infiltration of foreign unskilled workers coming in right now, infiltrating the trucker business. and they're utterly incompetent to do it. It's not nothing driving one of these trucks. The Colorado truck accident that killed a bunch of people, illegal. And it's like you see this left, right, and center now. But I want answers to my.
Well, so it
California
seems like
FOIA.
it's a really complicated loophole as to how he ended up being able to get the CDL, because in the state of California, they do allow, in California, undocumented immigrants can legally obtain a non-commercial driver's license under Assembly Bill 60, also known as the Safe and Responsible Drivers Act. It removed the requirement for proof of legal presence to obtain a state driver's license in the state. It took effect in January of 2015. This guy snuck into the country in 2018. But there is a way that you're able to get it. If you apply for a valid work permit, then you can use the work permit apparently to then apply for the CDL license to be able to then drive the truck legally. By the way, to Vinny's point, the gentleman that was involved in the accident, that caused the accident, Harjinder Singh, he has been charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide and was arrested. So I don't know if anybody's going to face consequences from the higher-ups, but at least this guy may be brought to justice or some sort of justice for pulling the illegal U-turn.
And he'll
Here's
get
a few videos.
deported.
I don't know if this is to what you're talking about, but Connor, our great producer, went and found a bunch of other illegal U-turns being made in these semi-trucks on
illegals? Or just
Connor,
illegal?
can you weigh in? I don't. It says example of another illegal maneuver, but I don't know if that's an illegal maneuver because it's the person driving or
but look
because
at- but
it's against the
Like
law.
who in your right? Like, how the hell do you think that that's normal? Like, you're on a freeway.
No, but you take the 10-minute detour that is required to do it safely and not kill somebody.
Yeah, well, and Rob, do you mind if I do this before
Go
we do
ahead.
this? So I got a connect from a guy. His name is Keegan. I won't say his last name, but he was like, bro, I keep hearing the show that immigration is a victimless crime. He goes, it's not. I was born and raised here. He goes, I have suffered and struggled to get my own truck and build my business. It was a long road to get this place for me. Unfortunately, due to immigration, the market is flooded with drivers and trucks that rates are so low that I'm at risk of losing everything I've worked for. These people are allowed to come here, exchange their foreign license for a United States license, get in a truck and work for cheap and have a place to live in the truck. It's not just me, because the numbers are falling off the map everywhere. These people are not just landscapers. They drive the prices down and destroy American co-workers, American workers. Please bring attention to this issue. So going back to your point, it is an influx of all these people. They're working for cheap. And when they don't have the freaking skills, it's like, bro, people are losing lives. And again, every time we go, besides the what they do to the young girls and that 4 years of just sexually assaulting women, killing them and all this stuff, this is real stuff. Like their lack of skills of how to drive are killing people.
Can I add an observation?
Observe it. Go.
I mean, have you guys been to Southeast Asia? Any of you?
No.
All right.
I've seen videos.
They're not the best drivers.
No, what do you mean? It's
They're
insane over
like,
there.
They can't drive and they can't play soccer. And
This is
man,
not
It's,
good.
their life there is so cheap. Like the value that we give life here in the West compared to the value they give life there is he probably wasn't even thinking about it. And he just pulled a U.
Did you see his hold on? Did you see his face and just know, like, he just sat there like he was ordering food? Like, you know what? By the way, if God forbid he knows he killed him. In that moment, they're done. They're picking up the parts of the body. I would be bawling and crying, and I have post-traumatic stress disorder because my ignorance just cost the lives of 3 freaking people.
So to how he actually obtained the CDL. Okay, so we talked about Assembly Bill 60 passed in 2013 and effective in 2015. It allowed undocumented immigrants to obtain non-commercial driver's license if they can prove identity and state residency even without legal immigration status. Here's how the guy did it. Once someone holds a California Class C license, including an AB 60 license, which this guy had, they then become eligible to apply for a commercial's learner's permit with a valid work permit. Singh was then able to complete the necessary steps, including the testing and training, which he obviously failed, to obtain the full CDL from the California's DMV.
In what year? Does it say what year?
So it says somewhere around 2019 is when it doesn't. He snuck in 2018, got caught and almost deported in 2019. They don't say he got to work. It doesn't say when he actually applied for
Because my understanding is he applied for asylum and it was subsequently denied. There's going to be a question if he got his CDL in 2019, if it was legal. If he got it after Biden gave him his authorization, then it's legal. but still criminally corrupt. But just bring this graphic up because it's absolutely wild. This is what Gavin Newsom tweeted out, or quote tweeted from his Gavin Newsom press conference. Said, "Guess who was president in 2018?" That's a good point. Then he says, on the right, we follow federal law. You can't issue a CDL to someone who doesn't have the required permit. But then underneath it says, oh, but also research shows that giving licenses to undocumented peoples is actually good for public safety.
What?
It's so wildly stupid on its face. But the more he keeps tweeting, the more I think he's going to incriminate himself. It's
Can we go over that argument though? What are some positive benefits of illegal migrants driving in the United States?
I guess
can anybody name a single
yeah, they're
one?
going to be less likely to carjack someone for a car if they can lawfully drive themselves around. I
Okay.
guess. Or they won't hitchhike or kidnap. I don't. It's so stupid.
let me
It's
ask
so
you what
stupid.
this is.
And by the way, are we surprised? We're talking about Gavin Newsom's California, where they made it 2 years ago illegal to ask somebody for identification when they vote in the state of California. Do you remember? My friend actually went to go vote during the past election, and when he took out his ID, they were like, no, what are you doing? Like, they stopped him from breaking the law. Like, I know we're not surprised of it. It's just the gall of this slithering, soulless snake to actually speak, and when he gets mad, and he's mad at Trump, and it's like, bro, I genuinely hope, because I know, I put money, I already bet Sam Cedars, dumbass, that this guy's going to be the front runner. He's the front runner. The image, the hair, the look, the yelling, the angry, he's the guy. But name me one reason to vote for him, because mind you, Trump's not going to be in office. Who's he going to be going against, Rob? Who's he going to be arguing with?
JD Vance or Marco Rubio?
All right.
So here's my thing. So what's the argument? How is that scumbag, with all this shit that's happening, how are you going to argue it's Trump's bad? Trump's gone.
Vinny, he has a blank check. He has a
That's
blank
what I'm
check. He can
saying.
say anything, anything. Now, there's an argument. I didn't think about this. Number one, reduces hit and run incidents. They're less likely to flee the
illegals?
Yeah.
That's horseshit.
I know
California-
that's a stupid argument because
It is a stupid argument.
In LA,
it's
I
a
saw-
stupid claim, and
But-
I'm counterclaiming a
Oh,
stupid
oh,
argument.
you ready-
They already
We're
got
playing
into the
along
accident.
here.
Are you ready
We're
for this?
playing
And I
along.
remember
But they already got into the accident by the time they're running. So you're preventing a second crime after the hit and run, which is public safety number one.
Am I
Okay.
Gavin Newsom? Do I look like Gavin
No.
Newsom?
And Rob, you know this? I was on the 405 going to Santa Monica for work once. Bumper to bumper traffic. I saw a Mexican dude ram a Mercedes, and his truck was filled of lawnmowers and rakes and shit. He got out with his friend and ran into the wilderness. He ran into the hills with a 405. Nobody knew what to do. And I was like, what kind of insurance that has that? Like, your insurance card says, you hit a Mercedes, get out of here. And he ran away.
What's the second argument?
Increases auto insurance coverage. So if you have a license, you probably have insurance.
I don't know what the hell you're
No,
doing.
because I can see here in the state of Florida all the time. Like Malik just got hit by a guy that didn't have insurance.
Another
And I'm not
again?
saying that the guy
Malik.
that hit him was illegal, but down in South Florida, we have a huge epidemic of uninsured drivers driving around
They
this
think
state.
people
I
who-
would go ahead and guess that a majority of those uninsured drivers maybe this is racist. I'm going to go ahead and assume and guess that the majority of the uninsured drivers in the state of Florida are probably illegal migrants, most likely from Cuba. Is that racist
How's
to
that
say?
racist?
You could
No,
probably look
that's-
that up.
that's
but
you're making
the argument.
It's not funny.
The argument is that someone who's here.
Venezuelans and Mexicans.
Okay, all right. Well, group
How about
them
just
all in.
Latinos?
No, because
It doesn't matter.
We're
Illegal.
acting like there's not a lot of Latinos in Florida. There's a lot, bro. There's a lot.
The
Yeah,
idea-
that is weird. You don't see a lot of uninsured Italian immigrants from the
Have you seen
homeland coming to
Brandon?
the United States.
Oh, is Brandon
It's always-
insured?
I don't know.
No, you're right, no.
the idea that an illegal immigrant who gets a license is somehow going to necessarily follow the law when it comes to car insurance itself is kind of laughable because you're dealing with a predicate of already having broken the law. But there's no argument. No one's going to convince me. It's idiotic.
Well, they have some arguments, but they're stupid.
weak arguments.
They're stupid.
Here's another few videos that, again, our lovely producer Connor put together for us. Here are some illegal maneuvers. Are they by illegals, Connor? Can you tell us that? Or are they just illegal maneuvers?
Well, given that they're driving like they're in the third world, you can probably assume. But all we know is that these are people doing things that are completely illegal and reckless and very similar to this move that just killed 3 people on the Florida Turnpike.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Wrong place for a U-turn.
Like, look at this. Look at all the
Oh,
other cars.
U-turn, bro. What the heck you doing?
But you understand when he's going to pull across the other side, he's going to
has to
cover
do a
all
K-turn.
3 lanes. He's going to cover the 3 lanes.
And look how fast those vehicles are going, coming in
every-
that direction that he's trying to go across.
And now everybody on this lane is coming to a screeching halt because they're on the highway. And then okay, let's see. Oh, this one I know. I think I know the guy who posted this one.
Let's see this one, Connor.
This one's there you go. I think this came.
Are you kidding me?
This probably came from Pleb the reporter up in Canada.
Why? Why?
Because they don't want to take 10 minutes to get to the next exit and then turn around. It's going to add another 12 minutes. Hey, gas isn't cheap. You don't want to waste gas getting to the
he
next.
didn't want to wait in traffic.
No, but that's not going to solve anything. He's got to go back and he's presumably got to go in that direction in the front. Beautiful mountains, though.
Nice mountains, but this guy, oh man.
Well, we'll see what happens. Again, Singh arrested and charged with 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter. I wonder what that punishment will be. It's obviously not going to be death. And look what he did. He took the lives of 3 different people.
Well, you guys don't know about this necessarily. In Canada, about a decade ago, there was a big story. It involved the Humboldt hockey team, the Humboldt Broncos hockey team. An illegal alien driving a 2 pickup car carrying Pete blew a stop sign, driving 100 kilometers an hour, careened side into a bus carrying 20 some odd players from a hockey team. 60 miles an hour.
All right.
Killed 16 of them. Killed 16 people on the bus. It was a big scandal, illegal. He went to jail. How long do you think he got sentenced for? 16 counts of reckless driving.
5
He
years.
killed 16 people.
16 in a bus of 30.
Ah, for life. Obviously.
No.
He got 8 years and then got deported and tried to fight his deportation afterwards.
Let me explain something. If I was a family member, I'm finding that guy.
Well, and not for nothing. They gave that guy 8 years. They are trying to now give the organizers of the Ottawa trucker protest 7 and 8 years, respectively, for nonviolent mischief convictions.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
All right, well, let's move on to the Epstein files. Tons of developments today alone.
Yep.
We'll jump into what James Comer said, and then I'll backfill you on some of the developments today. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer and said former President William Jefferson Clinton is the committee's prime suspect in its Epstein probe, citing reports that Clinton was a frequent visitor to Epstein's private island. Guys, I know that we continue to get it almost feels like stimulus overload when it comes to Epstein. Like there's so much information while also not giving you any new information that you then start to become confused as to what you previously were told. I never heard that Bill Clinton went to Epstein's island, ever. I heard he was on the jets. I heard that Epstein went to the White House. We had Mark Epstein here, and I don't remember ever hearing that Bill Clinton went to the island until a few weeks ago when Trump said it 2 or 3 times, and now James Comer. Do you guys remember hearing Clinton visited the island?
I don't remember visiting the island, but Rob, when a president of the United States, either X or whatever, you have to have Secret Service detail is on you 24/7, no matter what. You're in the bathroom, they're there. It doesn't make sense. When he traveled on the Lolita Express, Secret Service was excluded from flying on the plane with them. Do you know what that means? That's not protocol.
Okay, so I checked that once on ChatGPT,
It
and
says
it came back
unsubstantiated.
Unsubstantiated. Do you remember where you heard that from?
I remember hearing, but if I was like from somebody that was on the plane. No, but Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
I believe it was Kevin Spacey. If you want to look, Connor, if you can, go on X or whatever interview. It was Kevin Spacey, I think, with Piers Morgan, where he's saying, I was on the plane, mind you, I wasn't doing anything with young girls because we all know what Kevin Spacey's taste is. But you can't deny the fact that Epstein visited the White House multiple times. I want to say 11 times, Rob. And 7 of those times, he was brought on by Mark Middleton, who was an advisor to Clinton. That guy who signed on Epstein. By the way, what is he doing? Philanthropy conversations with Bill Clinton? We all know what the deal is. And then the Mark Middleton. Go ahead.
Sorry, I think I just found it. It's from a roll call from 2016. It says the logs showed that Clinton took at least 26 flights, not 11 as first believed, aboard financier Jeffrey Epstein's Boeing 737 during 2001 to 2003. The first 2 years he was in office. The former president took at least 5 of those flights without his Secret Service detail. FoxNews.com reported.
Wonderful. Now, thank you for fact checking.
Wild-
It's important to
wild
provide
president.
that.
Wild president.
Wild president of the United States.
All right, okay.
Let me-
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait, no, but the dates you said were 2000 to 2003. Clinton was out of office 2000.
Well, first of
By
all,
George Bush.
I don't know
He
that
was-
do they lose Secret Service
No,
detail when they're
never.
out of office?
Never.
Oh, January of 2020. January 2001 is when Bush went into office. So you're right. That covers the time. And okay,
So
Go ahead.
So Rob, not to cut you off. Sorry. So it's undeniable that they were close. There's photos of him getting massaged Virginia Goofy, with all the stuff that they talk about, Prince Andrew and seeing him and doing all this stuff, it's undeniable. And then the guys, how many? It boggles my mind that suicide, the word suicide gets put into every time that there's a problem with the Clintons or pedophilia or something. Suicide is always the cause of death because these people can't take it anymore. Like Mark Middleton, the guy that signed him on,
Is he the one who hung from a tree and shot himself with a
hanged
shotgun?
himself with a cord in front of a tree and then shotgunned himself to death, and they couldn't find the shotgun.
On the
and it
chest.
was ruled a suicide. And then apparently they found the gun, but it was really, really far away. How many more times? Like, here's my question, and I'm because this is what I've been struggling with. Is anybody ever going to be actually held accountable? Because every week, and mind you, and I'll give you guys the floor. Hillary Clinton comes out and she's like, if Trump does this with Zelensky and everything, I'll recommend the Peace Prize. Okay. Michael Cohen, who obviously knows who's in charge and who's charged of DOJ. I never saw Trump with anything. He's kissing Trump's ass. And anything that comes about this shit, everybody all of a sudden now is kissing ass because everybody's name is insinuated or documented in all this thing. When it comes to Bill Clinton, he's the one. Bill Barr, all these names are coming up that all know the situation, but now they're all backtracking. He's the main guy. This all starts with Bill Clinton and Bill Gates, the two Bills. Am I losing my mind?
No, and it's interesting that you talk about the people that are related to Clinton mysteriously dying or dying under weird circumstances. There's a list of, guess how many people connected directly to Jeffrey Epstein died in some type of weird scenario or may have killed themselves.
Bill and Jeff, or just
Jeffrey Epstein alone,
including him.
There was an article that was written.
A lot of people. Come on, Rob.
There was but is that the Anthony Weiner argument?
No, but that
was literally Anthony Weiner's argument. Was that of course that 50
70
people that were connected to them died. They know a lot of people that are what? They know a lot of people that are suicidal.
No, let's just say you know everybody. Like you know everybody, and people die. And so
by the way, it's good. Not to cut you off. You know what Weiner said yesterday on the podcast? He goes, "I don't think I should have been in jail for what I did. It happens all the time, anyway." But that's all.
So there's a national.
Wait, bring this up just so that nobody, gets sued for defamation. You can Control F to find the section of this article where it says
roll call.
Roll call. This is from 2016, so it hasn't been memory hold yet. Because Rob, you're going to ChatGPT now, and I tell you that there are active forces trying to dilute that information that Clinton flew without Secret Service.
Yeah.
So this is the link. This is the article.
This is the report that it
says he flew without Secret Service.
But what your question is?
So
how many
people directly connected to Jeffrey Epstein do you believe died excluding Jeffrey? Let's take Jeffrey out of this.
Because that's
outside of Epstein. How many people were directly connected to Epstein that died under mysterious circumstances?
15.
78.
56.
Okay, you're the closest. Price is Right rules without going over. You said how many?
17.
17. The total is 21. 21 people. But how many people? I know one person, two people in my life that have committed suicide.
One.
Two.
I know one.
So I know two people that have committed suicide and none that have died under mysterious circumstances.
None.
Combined, how many people do you know that have killed themselves or died under mysterious
personally
circumstances?
that I would have the numbers of, know their addresses of, have met in real life? I know a few.
Under 10?
I would say under. I don't want to.
So is it fair to say that
10.
at this table combined, the four of us know less people than one person
Don't
knows
make me
of people who
this
have killed
argument.
themselves?
This steelman is going to be Epstein is operating in a field of entertainment business, whatever, high stress, high drugs. People do stupid things, take their own lives, and they knew lots of people. How many people do I know in life? Maybe 1,000.
Epstein victim after Epstein victim, ex-butlers, high-profile attorneys that represented him, criminal defense attorneys, MIT pioneers that were named as alleged abusers by Virginia Giuffre, Miami pimps, former detectives within the NYPD who investigated Epstein. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Hollywood producer questioned by
Virginia
FBI
Giuffre.
about Epstein connections. Mark Middleton is even listed in that. So there is a little bit of that Venn diagram in the middle. It's like pedophiles here, pedophiles here. They overlap over Epstein and Clinton.
It was Bongino also who frequently talked about his insider saying he was on a plane with Clinton. They were doing stuff that was dirty, and he never wanted to fly with Clinton again. There was a bed in the back of the plane.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, look,
that's where he was photoed with Ghislaine Maxwell. But bro, Bill Gates' wife divorced him, and she said one of the main reasons was her husband's relationship with that guy because he was abhorrent when she met him, and he was evil personified. For an educated, sane woman to say that I divorced a multi-billionaire because his friend was evil, like evil. What would make her say that? What would make her say that this guy was evil? Because, guess what? I bust balls. Me and Jake have an unrunning joke where I call these people demons. Okay, I'm serious for a lot of it, but at the end of the day, I'm being facetious. For her to say, Rob, I could not face my husband because what he was doing with this guy says everything I need to know. And then all the other stuff. But the real question that we have to ask is, how do they keep at the highest levels, how do you keep it from even the president of the United States, the sitting president, after everything Bongino said, after everything Kash Patel said, after everything that Pam Bondi, who weirdly worked in Florida after the whole thing and didn't pursue anything on Epstein, how do they keep it from anybody getting arrested? Explain that to me. How? Well, explain it to me.
I mean,
anybody?
I've been reading a lot about Clinton this week. And not everything. I mean, he's an animal. I'm sorry. He was.
Do you know what Juanita Broderick said that he did to her? Juanita Broderick, look, Rob, Juanita Broderick, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that said that in a hotel room, he got up on her and bit her lip and almost like put meat off of it. He's allegedly a sexual deviant. This guy is a disgusting.
And allegedly,
that's what I'm saying.
It's always been like that when he was running around as governor of Arkansas. They had to cover up all the girls he would get inside the.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, this doesn't surprise me, at least.
Well, we're going to hear what Comer has to say.
Yeah, Comer says that Epstein, the entire House Oversight Committee's investigation into Epstein focuses on Bill Clinton. What's interesting is I spoke with Nick Bryan. We're going to have Nick Bryan on the podcast in a few weeks from now. We're going to talk a lot about Epstein with him. When I talked to him, one of the things he said about Donald Trump was that Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein goes back decades, and everybody's been talking about the Epstein-Trump connection. But what Nick Bryant says, I asked him, I go, do you think Trump was aware of the underage involvement of young girls? And what Nick Bryant said to me was that Jeffrey Epstein wore it on his sleeve. There was no way to be involved in social circles with Jeffrey Epstein at that time and not know what he was up to. That being said, Bill Clinton was around Jeffrey Epstein for as long as we can track. The White House visits, 17 of them started back in 1993. The final communication sometime around 2000, right after the arrest of 2006. So if it applies that Donald Trump could not have known what Jeffrey Epstein was up to.
Could not have not known.
Could not have not known because he wore it on his sleeve. Then is it also possible that Bill Clinton must have known because he was around Jeffrey Epstein for the same time or the same amount of time from 93 until 2016? And do you think, as you're like, I'm not a pedophile. Let me state that very openly. I'm not into young kids. I got to think that if you're into that kind of thing, the compulsion as you continue to be allowed to get away with it, it just increases, right? Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was at the least amount of sex trafficking towards the later years before he got busted? Do you not think his activities?
Full-blown
that's what I'm saying. Like a hormonal teenager just trying to get off on young kids.
And Rob, and when
that's going to get clipped and used against me.
Yeah, and Rob, and think about this, when you know you're untouchable. Think about this, bro. The pedophiles that are out right now and they're doing their things. By the way, Louis C.K. did a really, really edgy freaking joke where he goes, whatever that like he's like, it must be really good. He says that because he goes, these people know the consequences. You know you're going to get caught, and yet they still do it. Could you imagine knowing, bro, I'm untouchable. I work for intelligence, and you do whatever, and then everybody behind you. But I think it got so out of hand, and because think about it, bro, you can only keep so many people quiet at one time. That's why they had to go in and suicide him. Or, bro, I just saw a crazy video on YouTube how this guy pieced together stuff that even the face didn't look like him. And anyway,
Mark Epstein said that in our interview. Remember, he talked about the hair being grown on Jeffrey Epstein and how it wouldn't have been possible for the hair to grow that quickly after he died.
And that's a whole different conversation.
He might be alive.
For allegedly, and Juanita Broderick publicly alleged that Bill Clinton raped her in a Little Rock, Arkansas hotel room in 1978. Told her to meet in the hotel to discuss work. Inside, forced himself on her, violently raped her, and bit her lips so hard that it was swelling and it was bruising. That's what she claimed to be. And remember, Democrats always say believe all women, except when they're accusing Democrats of doing the same shit.
Here's James Comer talking about the focus of the House Oversight Committee's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and how Bill Clinton plays into it.
I just want to ask you one question, Mr. Chairman. The American people want to know what happened on Epstein Island. I'm not going to drop this topic. You've subpoenaed Bill Clinton. He's going to fight you tooth and nail with the best lawyers in the country in some cases. Do you think Bill Clinton ever actually testifies? I think his date is what, October 12th?
Yes. I think we have a very good chance at this. I've never lost a subpoena battle. I've been chairman of that committee for a year and a half. This is the most challenging subpoena I've ever issued. But what makes this subpoena different is that the Democrats voted with Republicans. This is a bipartisan, congressionally approved subpoena. And I think that will hold a lot of weight in court. And you're absolutely right. He's going to have the best lawyers in America fighting us tooth and toenail on this. But the fact that this was voted on by Republicans and Democrats, because we're hearing from our constituents, everybody in America wants to know what went on at Epstein Island. And we've all heard reports that Bill Clinton was a frequent visitor there. So he's a prime suspect to be deposed by the House Oversight Committee. So hopefully we'll win that court battle with that subpoena and see President Clinton in October.
Okay,
I hope so.
You went there. Okay, ready for this? Subpoena, this, that. You were there. And what? Now prove, where's the girls? Where's the boys? Where's the whatever? Prove it, bro. This is such a BS. And again, Comer and all these guys, like, this is such a BS dog and pony show just to be like, hey guys, we're writing a letter. We're gonna subpoena. You think who's the guy? Who's the older guy that right now has dementia?
Robert Mueller, and we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
Robbie, let's be honest with each other and be honest with the audience. Nothing is ever going to come out of this. Nothing. Period.
That is mildly defeatist. Something is already coming out of it more than 2 months ago when people were saying nothing is going to come out about this.
Well, because they had to dangle something and go, oh, we're going to come and bring them in front of the House committee to say something. And then what? By the way, is it a positive? Like, Bill Clinton doesn't have to go in there.
No,
he can plead the fifth.
Well, he can plead the fifth. He can also try to defy the subpoena, except they've gone after Bannon and Navarro for defying a congressional subpoena.
Quickly to that, Comer noted that this has been his toughest subpoena to issue yet, but he highlighted that both Democrats and Republicans voted in favor of the subpoenas, making them a bipartisan issue, and he argues will make it more likely to withstand court challenges.
Well, also to highlight, when people were saying at the beginning Trump is doing this as a deliberate troll to get the Democrats to say we want the Epstein files, and now that they have said we want the Epstein files, how will they be able to object to Clinton testifying? I don't think they made this mistake on purpose. I think it was a botched rollout, and they're doing the best with it that they can now, and they're responding to pressure from Trump's base. But that argument is all the more valid now. They've been clamoring. You had Ro Khanna with his bipartisan bill to release the Epstein documents. Who the hell is going to be able to now say Clinton should not testify? And just to highlight one thing, if Clinton went to the island and we were told that there was video footage on the island, but not the footage that we wanted, according to Kash Patel on Rogan. There's footage of Clinton on Epstein Island. They have it. There were cameras everywhere. Yep. If he went to the island, there's footage of him there. Now we get to see that footage.
And we know that for if you missed today's interview with Michael Wolff, Patrick interviewed Michael Wolff, and during that conversation, the photo that we have all seen of Bill Clinton in the blue dress, which is a nod to the Monica Lewinsky, because he
I never even put that together.
He ejaculated on her blue dress, so it's Bill Clinton wearing a blue dress, wearing high heels. Michael Wolff, for the first time that I've ever heard, confirmed that is in fact a real photo that was hanging inside of Epstein's apartment. I know that we've always heard it and we've seen photos that may or may not, but this is the first time I've ever heard somebody that's been inside of the apartment confirm the existence and reality of that photo itself. Here's some headlines. To your point, Vinny, we keep hearing information about Epstein. It keeps coming out, yet we're not getting any answers. These are all the headlines from this morning. Department of Justice, New York Post, Department of Justice to start handing over Jeffrey Epstein files to Congress. According to the New York Post, the Justice Department has agreed to provide Jeffrey Epstein-related files to the House Oversight Committee, starting with the first batch soon, including records on Epstein, Maxwell, and communications with the Biden administration with redactions to protect victims. Here's James Comer. What's this clip, Connor? This is James Comer, his statement on the files, the Epstein files themselves.
We're having really good conversations. You have to understand you can imagine how many documents there are. I think that we're going to have I think we'll receive the documents very soon. They're compiling everything together. I think we're working together in a good faith effort, and everything's coming along. I expect to receive the documents very, very soon.
And you know that's an older clip. That could not have happened today because that says MSNBC reports at the bottom. MS now.
As if people aren't going to remember all the nonsense BS that MSNBC crappy Oh,
This also came out this morning. Ex-Trump investigator Robert Mueller, this is to your point, 81, gets out of Epstein testimony after shocking new health issues revealed.
Bullshit.
oh, he's
Bullshit.
dementia. He's
According to
dementia.
this, according to the Daily Mail this morning, former special counsel Robert Mueller was excused from testifying due to health issues, including residing in a memory care facility with signs of cognitive decline noted during his 2019 congressional testimony.
Not Joe Biden, not that type of cognitive decline. This is the real deal, right?
This is well, I mean, Joe Biden also had real deal cognitive
yeah,
decline.
but they've lied about it.
This is Paul. I don't know who Paul Sperry is, but this is according to Paul Sperry on Twitter. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed Robert Mueller to appear for September 2nd deposition to provide details from an FBI investigation of Jeffrey Epstein from decades ago. Even though sources tell me Mueller has been living in a memory care facility for the past few years, but that was August 5th, so that's a little bit outdated. Let's go to the next slide that you have. I believe there's one more headline that came today, and that's Bill Barr says Trump never intervened in Epstein case. No evidence of crime. That according to Bill Barr's testimony yesterday on Capitol Hill in a closed-door deposition. He said that Trump never intervened in Epstein's case, offered no direction, and committed no related crimes. Barr also affirmed his belief that Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide, but this is also the guy that didn't go into the jail cell or see the crime scene and then remotely said, oh, he killed himself, let's move on, before even getting to the jail.
Rob, is it strike any of you weird that ever since Elon mentioned Trump's name, all these other people now that know that they're under investigation for other matters, now they're all coming out and saying, hey, Trump isn't on it, which is covering their ass, and Trump, let's say, God forbid, Trump is on there. Who else? Hillary's kissing ass. Who's the other person? Michael Cohen. They're all like, no, Trump is not. No. Listening to Michael Wolff and hearing the relationship that he had with Epstein, bro, it's kind of... Michael Wolff, I saw him on another podcast, he claimed, or he said somebody wrote in some book that Melania hooked up with Epstein a year before the relationship with Trump started.
Book. Yep.
That's in his book?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just striking me very, very odd that all these people now, because they know they're under investigation for other... What?
Do you guys know who Bill Barr's father is?
He's a CIA
Donald Barr,
Donald
who was the
Barr.
school head of the Dalton
He
School.
wrote a book.
I'm just reading. It was called. I mean, I knew that I didn't want to
And you
get
know what? It's the main theme. Go ahead.
Space Nations. No, Space Relations. And the plot of the book is Craig is the guy in the book, is depicted as an undisturbed by Lady Morgan's sadism. She's the alien. When he is ordered to sexually assault the enslaved teenager,
Weird.
he enjoys his participation in the act. This is from Wikipedia.
Guys.
That was also the guy that was running the Dalton School and then gave
Yep.
Jeffrey Epstein his
It's-
first job.
Tell me that this is not all related, people, and that this is not a massive.
Viva, this guy, he's in the middle, like from the Iran-Contra all the way to the Roger Stone.
And
like,
who was involved in Iran-Contra?
This guy.
No. Also, Epstein is alleged to have had a role
Yes,
in
Bill
brokering
Barr is
deals.
in the middle of everything.
He is.
Everything.
He's a scumbag.
I've just
said
been
this-
blackpilled beyond recognition.
I said
right now.
this on the podcast a few weeks ago. I went to your point about Epstein's ties to the Iran-Contra scandal. Daryl Cooper sat down with Tucker Carlson. They do a deep dive, and what really is, if you have not watched it, go watch it, because what they do is, instead of pinpointing where Jeffrey Epstein was, they start pinpointing business associates that Jeffrey Epstein had at the time and what they were involved in. And since you can't account for years of Jeffrey Epstein's past, they know he worked at the Dalton School for 2 years in the 70s. Where are the other 8? He worked at Bear Stearns in the 80s for 4 years. Where are the other 6? He did work for Lex Wexner for a year or two in the 90s for Victoria's Secret and L Brands. Where are the other 8? So there's all of these years that are unaccounted for, but if you start tracking Jeffrey Epstein's business associates and what they were involved in at the time, Jeffrey Epstein's activities go all the way back to the 70s and 80s. It's not he was filming people in 2001, 3, 4, 5. This goes back decades.
Yeah, I had on Mike Benz, and we went through the exact same timeline and the correlate. Epstein's involvement, directly, indirectly, tangentially with the Iran-Contra scandal, and also business ventures. It's wild, but you have a father who writes a book about intergalactic pedophilia. I mean, it's
That's
totally
exactly
normal.
what it was. And
make it up.
and me and Humberto have been having this conversation, guys. And it's a sad reality to accept. I mean, I'm not gonna stop talking about it, because notice how they're like, Henry Anton was like, oh, the numbers are down, and because you guys want us to stop talking about it. The only accountability that is going to take place is when these people die and they have to face God. That's the only comfort that I have, because when I see it, I feel like I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs, bro, but there's a glass and the people on the other side are laughing and waving. And that's what this situation feels like. Because it's not, by the way, just off your intuition and your gut, you know what's happening. When you see a Bill Clinton, you hear the story about Epstein, you hear all these freaking disgusting human beings, we know the deal. We know it. We can prove it. We can point the dots. But these people walk in between the raindrops. They don't get wet. They don't get wet because they know that they're protected. Just like just going back real quick to like a JFK assassination conspiracy. Do you understand the level of who knows? And if anything ever goes wrong, everybody has to die. That's how you do it. And with this Epstein thing, you don't think for a fact, Viva, that these people are like, all right, guys, this is our guy. This is what's going to happen. We have to have a plan just in case it goes to shit. He's going to die, and everything else is hearsay. That's how these people operate. Evil is at a different level, bro. That's why when you say you got to take your hat off to these people, they are brilliant at being evil. You got to take your hat off to these people. So there's going to be no justice. They're just bouncing around. Oh, we're here like monkeys connecting all these dots. Meanwhile, these guys are still hooking up with underage kids, and we're going to get to the story about the Israel guy. They can do whatever they want.
Well, now I'm putting another two and two things together.
Hold on.
Bongino, a couple of weeks ago, in the wake of the Epstein debacle, might have been a month ago, said, the rumors were that he was going to leave the FBI out of discontent with Pam Bondi's handling of this after he and Kash Patel, in my view, were forced to parade around a narrative that neither of the two, in their heart of hearts, believed, though technically on paper it might have been true. Now they've named, what's-his-face, Deputy Director Bailey, to be the co-deputy director of the FBI. I'm wondering now, if they're not actually, if it's not in fact the case that Bongino might be leaving the FBI, because I don't know how often you have a co-director, and whether or not it has to do with the fact that they've made Kash Patel and Dan Bongino say things which at the time, they had to have known all of this at the time.
For sure.
They had to have known all of this, what we're now being disclosed, which is, there's nothing more to see about the Epstein suicide. He killed himself, that's it, nothing more, no clients. And now they're subpoenaing Bill Clinton? Those two statements within 3 months don't make any sense.
No.
And so,
I don't believe it. And I don't, let me say something to you. He did not kill himself. Let's just put that to bed, okay? The relationship with Bill Clinton is undeniable. You cannot deny it. Okay, and by the way, where are the victims?
I mean,
where are the girls or the young boys that these guys were hooking up with and probably killing, bro? Because dead men tell no tales. You guys think that Bill Clinton or any of these people were allegedly banging these underage kids and they're just gonna let them go? Are you crazy? After you see their face, yeah, go back into society. Go back to your country of origin. Are you guys freaking bananas? These people are all bye-bye. The only ones that are alive right now, they think that they're kooks. Virginia Giuffre's the only one. She was like, guys, I'm not going to kill myself. She kills herself. She gets hit by a freaking bus, no police report, no nothing. And she's like, I think I have 4 days to live. And then she dies. Come on, man. How much more lying to ourselves do we have to do? Honestly, it's unbelievable at this point. It's stupid. You know what the hell happened. We all know you get it. Pedophiles are the most protected people. The fact that they're even trying to change the name to MAPS. I'm a minor attractive person. Okay, then you're good. Put him behind.
Intergalactic slave rape. Pedophile rape.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's keep the pedophile talk going.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we going to next? Is it Roblox? I believe it's Roblox. Yes. All right, so Chris Hansen. Well, Chris Hansen.
Who is that guy on
Chris
the left?
Hansen.
Looks like Chris Hansen.
That is
Chris Hansen something.
Do you remember the guy that used to
Catch a
catch a
Predator.
predator?
Catch a Predator.
Oh, okay. Wait, who's the one who did Kermit the Frog's voice? That was Jim Henson. Never mind. Sorry. Okay.
Big difference.
My mistake.
Hey, sit down on the couch. You're going to jail.
Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill has filed a lawsuit against Roblox, accusing them of enabling child sexual exploitation by lacking robust age verification, allowing adults to pose as children and minors to bypass safety controls. The 42-page file claimed, the 42-page filing claims Roblox prioritizes profits over child safety, with 20% of its 82 million daily active users under the age of 9. In fact, the Hindenburg research report labels Roblox as a pedophile's hellscape.
Whoa.
Roblox currently faces multiple lawsuits, including in Georgia and California alleging child exploitations. Roblox defending themselves and their safety efforts, citing new AI systems that they have put in place, 24/7 moderation. They see new measures that Roblox has put in place to ban pedophiles from using this software or the game include selfie-based age verification and restrictions on under 17 users in private spaces through lawsuits and community backlash. Though lawsuits and community backlash suggest these are reactive and insufficient efforts to protect children.
It was a feature and not a bug. And, so my kid doesn't play Roblox, but plays Fortnite. The neighborhood kids play Roblox. And, I literally, I show up to the neighborhood kids, they're on their phone, and I say, yeah, what are you guys doing? It's like, we're chatting with a girl in the chat. And I say, you're chatting with a 56-year-old man, and do your parents know what the hell you're doing? And he's like, no, we're getting a number. It's like, don't give them your number. You are literally dealing with anybody who's going to take your number in the chat of a Fortnite, Roblox, whatever, is a pedophile pervert, and you need to know that every time. So, but these bugs have been known for a long time. It's almost by design, but there was a number of cases in a lawsuit where they managed to meet up with a kid, sexually assault them, kidnap them. In a couple of the cases, luckily, they got the kid back.
This is nothing new because this was going on in the 90s when we had AOL chat rooms and pedophiles were in there.
Pedophiles will find a way.
They're going to pedophile. Pedophiles going to pedophile.
Then you had Club Penguin. And
who the hell's going to wear that shirt?
Pedophiles. That's how you identify them. That should be the mandatory. You know how they have to go to neighbors' houses and go, hi, I'm a pedophile. They should have pedophiles got a pedophile on their shirts.
But the thing about Roblox is the sheer scale of this thing. Like, there's never been something this big. Like, what did you say, 22 million?
No, 82 million daily active users. 20% of those 82 million are under the age of 9.
Holy
Can you believe that?
What percentage are minors? It's got to be.
It's less than minus 9. So minors, what, 18 or 17 or older?
I can't imagine. Are there people that are over the age of 18 playing Roblox?
Yeah, pedophiles.
There's a very vibrant online community of
pedophiles, Robert. They're just on there like, yeah, I'm a kid.
I was like, we have younger video editors here. They're in their 20s. Do those guys play Roblox?
I never even heard of it until 2 weeks ago when I found out that the pedophiles have infected and gotten into this freaking thing too. Because, dude, think about what happened with Facebook. How much stuff did Zuckerberg and Meta have to go through because they're not safeguarding people on there trying to pornography and stuff and going after children. They've been getting in trouble left and right.
Well, and it goes to, you have to be an involved parent. So my son plays Roblox. I know that there's pedophiles on there, but I also know that he doesn't play it alone in his room. He plays it in an area. It's monitored. So my wife and I can both hear him. He's not allowed to shut the door in his room if he does play it in his room. And our house is small enough that if he's in his bedroom, the door's open, and my wife's in the kitchen cooking, she can hear everything.
Where she belongs.
Yes,
go ahead.
exactly. And he also plays with his cousin, who also, they'll play on the phone. So they'll call each other on the phone, put themselves on speakerphone, and then they'll play Roblox together.
Just really, really quick for somebody that doesn't know, what is it? Is it like Sims?
No, they go around, they build homes out of blocks, and I have weird
it's like
sheep.
you have to walk around in there?
I've never understood the game is boring as hell. Like, you smash bricks or blocks, and then you build stuff. If you play in what's it called, hardcore mode, where you can actually get killed in the game, then I think there's a skill to it.
We're not allowed, we don't allow that.
What is it related to? What other game would you compare it to?
No, Vinnie, the thing with Roblox is that it's a sand, how do you call it?
By the way, this is a horrible pitch for them. I don't know how somebody even pitched it and the person went, go ahead, build it. Let's go.
No, it's a sandbox.
Pedophiles are going to love it.
Good.
And
pull the trigger.
This is top number one problem with Roblox, but then, the copyright issues that they have, basically you can build anything inside of Roblox. You can build Call of Duty inside of Roblox.
What the hell is going on?
People code it. They have different mods, and you can have your own server, and you just moke around, and wait until an older guy.
So it's a time wasting. It's not like at least in Call of Duty you get to shoot and kill people. Use tactics.
Yeah, there's no really objectives to it. It depends what you want to make it.
Over half of the users, I'm getting some conflicting data. Over half of the users are under 17 or 17 and under.
So that's 40 million.
That's
40
lot
million
of
people.
Dude, that's wild. But one of them said it is 60% of the users are over 13. 40% are under 13, because you had it at 9, so that's 20% under 9.
Yep.
40% under 13, which means 60% are over 13. Of that 60%, a substantial portion are 17 and under. So you have a game where the majority of the people are minors playing this game. And then you got the, substantial portion, half, are adult perverts engaging in chat with minors.
The game took heat. They got a ton of backlash. Roblox did after they banned this YouTuber. His name's Schlepp. Schlepp, his efforts led to 6 predator arrests, prompting backlash for allegedly protecting abusers. Not Schlepp, but people upset with Roblox because they banned this guy because he was trying to bust the pedophiles. Can we play this video?
There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. That's about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids. That is the whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this, and it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And there are so many predators on this platform. It is actually unreal.
Wow.
Better call Saul.
And I believe Chris Hansen is now investigating Roblox and is working on putting
like
together
Bill Clinton. I mean, Joe Biden.
He's putting together a documentary about Roblox. Here is Chris Hansen.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable. Stay tuned. We're working hard.
What bothers me most is why isn't he looking at the lens? Who looks down? Oh, is he reading it?
No, but what's up with that delivery? It's sort of like Keith Olbermann. Will they do anything? You'll find out tonight.
It makes it more intense.
No,
I love this
you
guy.
have to understand,
He's a hero.
These are people who only know how to read teleprompters, and they've only.
And they're
that's
old
why
school.
he couldn't look up. You're right. He's reading a script, and that's just an announcer voice.
He's reading a voice, but you know what? Shout out to him for the show. Do you guys realize that show, To Catch a Predator, could have been airing an episode every day, every hour for the rest of eternity because of so many pedophiles. The only reason they canceled the show is because on one of the last episodes, a guy that was caught for pedophilia ran in the house and shot himself in the head, and that's why the show was canceled, or else it would still be going on.
Who loses in that one?
Nobody.
Right? That's a alleged pedophile killed himself.
Because now there's less people. I mean, like Alex Rosen and all these guys that are like independent, and they're on. Alex Rosen does a great job, bro. This guy's catching people online left and right. I don't know how many of them get arrested or go to jail.
Which one is the one that I see where they always assault the guy when they catch him?
That to me is dumb.
Well,
that's all.
It has to be
loser.
staged.
They want clicks. No,
Is it
that's
Vitalik
who's by the way in jail in freaking Philippines or some shit for the rest of his life. But anyway,
wrapping up the segment, this is a problem that's too big to be fixed. Like, I mean, and if you put it down, like what the purpose of Roblox was in the beginning, it was pretty fun. You know, a sandbox, you can make your own games or whatever, but this degenerates just ruined it.
pedophiles always ruin it for everybody.
And it's on the parents. That's the only thing. Like, the only guys, because they tried AI filters, they tried a bunch of like face recognition, they tried all of the tech that they had. They threw it here to fix this problem, but so it goes back to the parents. Parents need to be involved. I like that your wife can see your child from the kitchen. And if you're not hovering over, like if I had kids, like I probably ban them from the internet, but I don't have any kids.
I would like to, and I don't know if you would.
It's not a realistic proposal.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
No, because you don't want them to be the only ones. You don't want them to be the weird social outcast, but you can just do your best to protect them while allowing them to be on the same devices or using the same games that their friends are using. But I would like to ban my kids from the internet as well.
I think we have to go a little bit deeper to get to the root, and it's the pedophiles. I think because everybody wants to talk, everybody's mad at them, and they want to. We have to have a solution. Like, remember in Pokemon, how they're like, hey, this thing is going to be here. Everybody go there to get the Pokemon.
Yes.
How do we infiltrate Roblox and say, like, put a message like, hey, pedophiles, all these kids are going to be on this island. And we pick an island, and then when they show up, we bomb it. Oh. We kill every pedophile. Think about it. Hey, guys, meet me, your little sand, whatever. Have them meet us at some island somewhere and have all the pedophiles get plane tickets and go there and then bomb that island and kill all of them because they're going to go to hell anyway. let's just get them there faster.
Vinny's new business venture is called Pedophile Pokemon.
Yeah, pedophile boy.
Gotta catch them all, pedophiles.
Yeah.
But he had Connor had a really good idea. Predators versus
Yeah,
Predators?
that was a good one. To catch a predator.
Yeah. So basically, illegal aliens they get their green card if they catch a predator.
They catch a predator, dude. I would watch. Let me say that too.
That's way cooler than
Predator
the
versus Alien is the
Yeah,
idea.
but all of our luck, he'll be in a truck and turn around a U-turn on the freeway and kill 5 people. Yeah, that's all we need.
This is a show full of pedophilia today.
The hits just keep on coming.
So we're gonna
Another one
to Vegas.
We're the best.
We were actually at. So here's the weird part. We were in Vegas when this guy was in Vegas.
I remember.
According to reports, this guy is an alleged pedophile. Let's preface that. Tom Alexandrovic, a 38-year-old senior official at Israel's National Cyber Directorate, was arrested in August earlier this month during a multi-agency undercover operation in Henderson, Nevada, targeting online child sex predators.
What's his name again?
Tom Artyom, Artyom Alexandrovic.
Where is he from? Russia or Ukraine?
I think he's Russian. Here.
He faces felony charges of luring a child with computer for sex acts alongside 7 others. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Homeland Security, and other agencies were involved in the sting. Alexandrovic was booked into the Henderson Detention Center and released on $10,000 bail on August 7th, with a court hearing set for August 27th. He was in Las Vegas for the Black Hat Briefings cybersecurity conference. He actually works in the Israeli Prime Minister's office. The Israeli Prime Minister's office and the Cyber Directorate denied Alexandrovic's arrest, claiming he was only questioned and returned to Israel as scheduled. However, documents from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, as well as court records, not only confirm his arrest, but confirm that they don't confirm. They confirmed his arrest, and there are reports that he was suspected of luring a mentally disabled child for sexual purposes. Alexandrovic returned to Israel after posting the bail and is on leave by mutual decision with the Cyber Directorate. Here is that you sent me this, Vinny, for the podcast yesterday. This is the arrest booking report for Alexandrovic. I can't read all the way from up here, but
I got you. It's a attempt to lure child mentally ill, press with use of computer technology to engage in sexual conduct. He was, I think on the 7th he was arrested, filed.
And that's directly from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's
and Robbie, next event, 8/27.
Which is the bail hearing.
He's supposed to be back in court, which I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. But, yeah, go ahead, Rob.
I just don't understand how, because there was a CBS News investigation into, and maybe you guys might know more about this than I do. There was a CBS investigation. This was like 13 years ago that I found the video from, where they did an investigation into how Israel actually provides protection for pedophiles. There are pedophiles that commit crimes here in the United States. Then they escape the United States, go back to Israel because they have dual citizenship in Israel. And Israel's extradition laws don't allow them to be sent back to the United States to face justice.
Because Israel, think about it. They want to protect their citizens. It takes forever. There was a case that I mentioned on the PBD podcast of a girl from Australia. I'm not going to botch her name. She did something really, really bad, fled Australia, went to Israel where you could, I think it's the law of something where you could just say, hey, I was born Jewish.
Yeah, it's called
law of return.
Aliyah.
Law of return. So she went there, and then it took 12 years for Israel to finally be like, okay, take her. You guys could take her to face justice. Okay. The problem with this case is, and a lot, by the way, it's not as if I'm out there looking for these stories. These stories happen and we talk about them, okay? There was 8 people. One of the people that was arrested, because I tried to do the research on the other 6, couldn't find out what they do or who they are, just their names. One of these people is a pastor in Las Vegas.
Yes, rents out a church. I found that information.
Rents out a church, Robbie. Guess what? He has a court date. He's going to be held accountable. I hope to God the system does it. The problem with this is, and what you're going to hear from people that are diehard Israel loyalist Zionists is, out of all the people, you're just focusing on this guy. No, I'm not, you morons. I'm focusing on the fact that out of all of them, This one guy got arrested, posted bail, flew back to Israel. Your passport should be either frozen or seized until you go to court on the 27th and find out what's happening, okay? And people want me to believe that now all of a sudden Israel's gonna go, you know what? We'll take care of this. No. You were trying to have sex with an underage kid in the United States. You're gonna get your freaking, we're gonna get justice here on our soil. And he doesn't have diplomatic immunity. I don't care. People are trying to say that. Rob, he doesn't. So at what point are we gonna say, okay, I don't give a shit if you're from Israel, if you're from freaking Ghana, I don't care. When you're here and you get arrested, you stay here. Okay, you were booked and you were charged. And then for them to say that he was only questioned, by the way, this isn't some low-ranking official, Rob. He works under Bibi as the head of AI cyber security. And by the way, what a loser to get caught, you freaking moron. You're supposed to be the best at your job.
How does it happen? I mean, I'm just trying to make sense of this, and I appreciate that AI is going to aggregate reporting. It's confirmed that Netanyahu denied the arrest.
He said he was questioned.
It seems to be confirmed that he was arrested. How the hell is he released on $10,000 bail?
All of them were. All of them.
And not have his passport.
That's the problem.
Retained, so that he cannot be. It's not even a flight risk. He's already fled. That's like if I'm that guy. If I'm in charge of that file. Him being a flight risk is the issue. They've given him back his passport. $10,000 bail is respectively nothing, especially for those charges. And he's fled.
And he's gone.
And Netanyahu then comes out and denies the arrest, which is on paper, it seems, from Vegas.
So I found the report that I mentioned earlier. I said it was from 13 years ago. I was wrong. It was from February 19th of 2020. It's a CBS News article. It's entitled, How Jewish American Pedophiles Hide from Justice in Israel. CBS. This isn't like Breitbart or Daily Caller or somebody that you could label as like an alternative right anti-Semitic news outlet. It's CBS News. In the article published by CBS, it explores how accused pedophiles from Jewish American communities exploit Israel's law of return to flee U.S. justice and gain citizenship, often with the aid of community cover-up and legal loopholes. The article highlights the efforts of the Jewish Community Watch, an organization founded in 2014 which tracks these fugitives and estimates that over 60 different fugitives have escaped to Israel, although the true number is likely higher due to limited resources. But this is 5-6 years ago. So just imagine how many have now fled as well. Once people know, oh, wait a minute, I can get away with doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll take advantage of it.
Can we all appreciate Jewish American pedophiles is the new definition of JAP? Like there was JAP, it was Jewish American princess back in the day. Nobody knows that.
Jewish American, like
I know JAP is like the slur for Japanese.
But Jewish American princess.
Jewish American princess it's a known trope, a known slur. Now they call them Jewish American pedophiles.
The argument of you always try to make this about Israel is such a weak, soft-ass position to take when it comes to who gives the authority for this guy in that Henderson County, Las Vegas County, whoever the DA or whatever, who says, hey, listen, we know that you have a pet. Go back home.
Well, maybe Bibi came in and gave a golden buzzer, a golden pager to the head of the department.
He has to call the consulate. When you get arrested at this level, you have to call the consulate and be like, hey, listen, this is what's happening. Who calls them back and says, hey, listen, this is who we are. Mind you, it's not going to be somebody from his government is going to call somebody from our government high up who calls them and says, hey, FYI, he's going back home. Plain and simple.
The question's going to be, Vinnie, for anybody who's going to accuse you of making it about Israel. First, I'd say like Netanyahu makes it about Israel when he lies about the arrest, which is suspicious as hell. But the question is,
and that is media. Real quick, Netanyahu's office issued a statement and denied the employee in question was arrested at all.
Read that,
a
Rob?
state employee who traveled to the U.S. for professional matters was questioned by American authorities during his stay. The Prime Minister's office said.
Read it in his accent.
I can't.
The employee who does not hold a diplomatic visa was not arrested and returned to Israel as scheduled. And if you ask any more questions, I'll send golden pages to all of you.
Yeah.
No, but I guess the only question is going to be, look, if you looked at the United Arab Emirates, if you looked at Saudi Arabia, how many times has it happened where someone's accused of pedophilia and flies back to Saudi Arabia? I don't know that. I suspect it happens everywhere, and there's people of all ethnicities who commit pedophilia. But to say anyone who focuses on the discrediting the argument because it involves Israel is itself an idiot who should be treated as such. But can we appreciate also this guy goes to Vegas? You can get pretty much whatever you want in Vegas if you pay enough for it. Within the bounds of the law, he could have gotten a hooker, whatever.
That's Vegas. That's what Vegas is.
And instead, because it
That's my whole trip.
It is a question of the power that comes with committing the crime. He's got to go lure a mentally challenged child.
Underage child.
Dude, I mean,
what the fuck? That's
it's
called
degeneracy it's degeneracy that deserves punishment.
It's another D word, and Jake knows what it is. Demons. These are actual disgusting demons, bro. Your soul is dark to want to, like, I don't get the sickness. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And obviously I don't, because I'm not one of them, but there's something wrong. There's something wrong where you're like, nah, I'm going to fly to Vegas for a cyber security, which is the biggest conference that they have, and I'm going to try to get one of these kids. Because, well, you know what people tend to forget? You think this is his first time? Do you guys think this is his first time?
First time
you're stupid. You're dumb. This is the first time he got caught. This is the first time he got caught. And it's like, whatever, bro.
The U.S. State Department confirmed the arrest. The Department of State is aware that Tom Artyom Alexandrovich, an Israeli citizen, was arrested in Las Vegas and given a court date for charges related to soliciting sex electronically from a minor. He did not claim diplomatic immunity and was released by a state judge pending a court date. Any claims that the U.S. government intervened are false. That was yesterday. 5 million views on X.
Weird.
Now,
Yeah, I'm going to go just to put this in contrast. I'm going to go clip that and the other one and ask Netanyahu who's lying.
Yeah, and
the State Department or you?
And can you do me a favor too, as a lawyer, Dave? Brother, I still want to hear what you have to say. Who makes the call in this case? District attorney? Who? Because maybe we could look this person up. Who in this case would say, "Hey, let him go, let him leave"? Give him his passport and let him leave, Dave.
That's the same person who said, "Hey, what's his face's intelligence? Don't touch him," and goes to a
Yeah,
Costa.
so I'm saying on the books, who would it be? The district attorney of Henderson? Of Henderson
they'll say
County?
it's within the bounds of bail is not intended to detain prior to trial. It's not supposed to be unreasonable.
But he's not a citizen here. He's an Israeli
But
national.
when it comes to that, he would still benefit, I think, from constitutional protections. But bottom line, $10,000 is nothing, and they should take his passport and make sure he doesn't flee and appears at his next court date, because he won't appear at his next court
well,
date.
that's the thing. I'm gonna sound like the most naive person in the freaking planet, but his court date is on the 28th. I think 27th, 28th. I think it wasn't reported. I think we'll serve everyone better for him to actually show up and go with
What
it.
are the odds you think he'll show up? Honestly,
I bet.
Vinny,
against
I stand on my morals, and he needs to show up on the 28th.
He's a freaking pedophile. He's got no morals that he's going to stand on. He's not showing up,
He's not showing up.
and nobody's going to say boo when it happens.
No, you know what they're going to say? They'll take care of him in Israel. That's what you should just be content with that. Trust them. They're going to take care of this pedophile.
I think now that this is getting traction, I think it's the best interest of everyone involved that he shows up on the 28th, and I give it a 1%, 2% chance,
he shows up.
but I think we'll be healing for him to go back and
if
face
he does
justice.
show up, but then
I will shut the fuck. I will shut the fuck up.
But ready for this? Okay, are you ready? He was. By the way, go ahead. Say what you
I've
got.
located who the district attorney of
Are you
Henderson,
positive?
Nevada is.
Are you positive?
Yes, it's according to Grok, and I double checked it. The district attorney of Clark County, which is where Henderson is located, is Steve Wolfson. A Jewish Telegraphic Agency article mentions that his daughter Rachel Wolfson is Jewish and was raised in a Jewish household, which could imply a Jewish background for the family. So now, am I
You're an
anti-Semitic for looking
anti-Semite,
that up? Am I? I asked who the district attorney was, and when I saw the last name Wolfson, I went,
The question-
let me just ask. And then Grok told me.
I want none of the smoke.
No, but hold on.
done.
I don't think the
want
district
nothing to do with
attorney
this.
issues the bond provisions. I think it would be a judge, but it's like
I mean,
look,
but whoever knows
who's the
each
judge?
other,
Judge
Wolfson's
Weinstein.
brother. Don't even look for the judge at this point.
All right, Anna Paulina Luna. I love that
But
lady.
but last thing really fast. He shows up. Okay, he shows up for the hearing.
That'd be
okay?
the best.
No, but are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? He's not a citizen here. He did the deed. He was trying to hook up. So the prison sentence is 1 year to 20 years. Or I don't know what could it be downgraded as? If he pleads guilty, 6 months probation and he has to clean like the freeway? What is that? For trying to bang an underage kid. Give me a break, bro. Go ahead, let's go to Let's change the subject to somebody hot.
Yes.
That's of age.
Yes. That's, I think, the most important part. Of age. Anna Paulina Luna was on Joe Rogan's podcast. Have you heard of him?
Who's that guy?
Yeah, she told Rogan that she witnessed an airspace incursion while she was serving at the Portland Air National Guard base. And she's also right now the current chair of the House Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. She is pushing for UFO and UAP transparency. She claims that she has viewed classified photos of objects that could not have been created by mankind. She also claims that credible witnesses have reported phenomena that move outside of time and space, and she argues that some ancient texts, including books removed from the Bible, may reference such encounters, including the Book of Enoch, which describes supernatural beings and heavenly journeys. Materials she suggests could align with reports of interdimensional beings. In fact, she tells Rogan that Congress has already been briefed on interdimensional beings, claiming and comparing their technology to a smartphone being dropped into the Stone Age. Here is Anna Paulina Luna on Joe Rogan's podcast.
So hot.
Joe Rogan is so in love right now.
I can also
It's
tell
crazy.
you, and this might sound
Aren't
crazy,
we
but
all?
based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics, and a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce, because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So like we just don't have the tech to develop it yet. What I can also tell you is, based on our interviews, and this has been something that you can go back and watch with the congressional hearings, but I was actually able to ask some of the witnesses, what are these things? And they keep saying interdimensional. And then when you talk about the interdimensional aspect of, are these things pre-existing, maybe outside of what we currently know as our own dimension? That stuff can kind of all sound crazy, but at the end of the day, my job as an investigator is to receive all the information, decipher it, and then ultimately, from a congressional aspect, if you do have contractors that are withholding information or operating outside of the purview of the federal government, I mean, there's budgetary issues, but there's definitely something that I can tell you with confidence that exists that we don't know how to explain currently.
That's wild.
That sounds like a statement that she's memorized to say.
But listen,
But it's a government official acknowledging that there's interdimensional beings.
They've been saying, I mean, the government would never lie to us.
No, but Vinnie, it's undeniable.
What?
It's undeniable. Like, remember from 2017 till 2021 when we had all that footage of like...
Of course, aliens in Mexico, they had those little bodies.
Pilots, like
Yeah,
well-trained
yeah.
pilots. Like, they had the footage of the instruments, and they saw things, and they're not mooks, all right? They have all the instruments, they've been trained, and I think they brought them to the house as well, right?
I think you're talking about the tic-tac-toe video, which was filmed by...
just tic-tac, not tic-tac-toe.
I'm sorry, yes, just a tic-tac video. But the Navy, I believe it was the Navy that filmed that.
Yeah, I think there were
was
Navy
multiple
pilots.
sources that had that.
Sources. All right, so is it impossible? Like
Interdimensional, meaning, Jake, you ready? Demons. I don't. By the way, I think you guys want to know my opinion? I think, especially when you have a government official doing it, they're setting us up for something. If you guys have noticed, for the past 10 years, it's been slowly getting more and more. Aliens in this guy's backyard. Aliens floating over here. Remember those two little mummy-sized things in
Mexico?
Mexico? Guys, I think they're gearing up. This is my opinion.
Operation Blue
for
Beam.
something Blue Beam-wise, because they did... COVID, to me, besides 9/11, which don't even me and Rob could talk forever, and you. COVID was a test run to see how long could they scare the hell out of us, how long can they control us, will we put shit in our bodies and force it into the children, and then make us police each other? Okay, and that was a 2-3 year thing. I have a feeling that all this is all bullshit. It's all technology that they've created because they need to get a new world order, okay? To have everybody come together, tall, short, black, white, Muslim, Christian, Jew, to get everybody on the same page. They're going to do something like this. Mark my words. Hey, guys, there's a ship. There's an alien ship coming, and it's telling us X, Y, and Z. Guys, get in your homes. Martial law, we have to do it. If you think...
You're looking up the Israeli guy who just floated the idea that the meteorite was a
I'll be
malicious
long.
spaceship.
I didn't know he was Jewish.
Guys, if
aliens,
hold on, ready for
for
this? If COVID, if you think people were scared, COVID, toilet paper, and we're going freaking nuts, wait until wait till what happens. All the religions, everything, when they say, hey, it's here, Humberto, don't give the average American, just human, any freaking credit. They're going to fold like bitches, and everybody's going to be on order. So I don't believe in none of that shit. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. There's demons that are out there. But guys, they need control. By the way, they have lost control with the internet, with information. Nobody believes them anymore. Not only is the trust for the government all the way down, they don't trust the media. It's over. It's over. How do you capture that? How do you get it back? Aliens are here.
Vinny.
Quickly to that, what you had mentioned, Avi Loeb, and to your point,
I could be crazy, but I could be right. So
it looks like they're already doing that. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb has dubbed the interstellar object. We have the second interstellar object in human history coming into our solar system. It's called 31-Atlas.
Beautiful name.
According to Avi Loeb, it's not an interstellar object. It's actually an alien spacecraft that is on its way to Earth. And then this broke yesterday. MSN has this. Connor, I sent it to you in Slack if you can pull this up. But the headline from this is from Daily Mail, but it's posted on MSN.com. Scientists baffled as mysterious interstellar object produces its own light, defying that it's actually a comet. According to Avi Loeb, that same interstellar object that we talked about earlier is generating its own light, similar to a vehicle turning on its headlights. They say the source of the light, as well as the comet, is a mystery. So they may already be on the way towards rolling this Project Bluebeam out. Humberto, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say, Vinny, I'm 80% of the way there with you.
That's a good person. That's a lot. Better than one or two.
No, this is the best distraction you can ever have.
Huge.
Like, at the same time, two things can be true. Like, I believe in aliens. Like, I think mathematically it's impossible that we're alone. I don't think there's a chance that we're alone.
And what do you think? Who do you think you're a Christian? Who put these things here? God put these things here? These weird beings
he created the universe.
Of course. So what's their point? I'm not talking crowd. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out. So is it that he created this as well? It's not in the Bible, even though like in the caves and stuff they were pointing in the sky and stuff. I'm just saying why was all that taken out and none of it's in the Bible? Why haven't we heard anything about it? Why didn't they tell us anything about it?
It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna try to pull an Operation Bluebeam.
You believe that?
But if they do,
I told you 10 years ago,
no,
I told you 10 years ago they were gonna do COVID, would you have laughed in my face?
No, because they were always floating pandemics for at least the last 20 years. The aliens, I think people are going to have a much harder time believing. But if Bill Barr is in charge of it, they're going to be coming to enslave and rape us. So you better be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay in your homes. You don't want to get alien raped.
What actually is, do you guys believe in multiple dimensions?
Yeah.
You do. So what does that mean? Is there another timeline that exists in which we're not even doing this? We're all doing something like you're out gardening and you're out. I don't know what you'd be doing.
Push-ups outside.
Yes. Okay. I'm eating. Yeah. Is there an alternate reality in which we're currently like? Is that what interdimensional means? That multiple dimensions?
You need to define what dimensions are. I think it's in the article to the prep group. They just revealed that we have
warp
the tech,
speed.
Yeah, to do warp drives. All right.
Ludicrous speed, like in Spaceballs.
Yeah. The dimensions that we're used to work with, height, width, and depth, those are the ones. But you have time as a dimension, all right? And things get super weird when it comes to like quantum physics and when you pushing the boundaries of science. But I don't know, Rob. I think there might be another dimension.
Shit started to get weird when they fired up that hydrogen collider.
Oh, great.
Yeah, when did they fire that? Connor, do you know what year they fired up the hydrogen collider? Because it feels like after that happened, everything got collider.
I think
test run, CERN.
CERN. I think I'm the only one who thinks that like
2008.
And guess who was in office then? The Antichrist Barack Hussein Obama.
Weird.
You think it's all coincidence?
Wait.
Yeah. Now Trump is president. None of this
Connor,
shit.
Connor, when did the timeline really break? Connor has a theory.
Oh, well, I covered that a long time ago on the show, that we actually wound up in a parallel dimension that might be hell when Harambe died. Because have you actually felt alive since the spring of 2016?
Never again.
So is there an alternate dimension in which Harambe is alive, where 9/11 didn't happen? Is that even a possibility? Is that how like
these are things? Who was I listening to on Rogan talk about black holes in the universe and like proposing something that can never be verified, confirmed, or contradicted?
Yeah.
It's a useless proposition. So the idea of multiverses, like imagine our universe is expanding and either it contracts or it pops, but that there could be universes continually expanding, popping. They can't communicate with each other. You'll never know, but it's a nice theory.
I don't subscribe to that. I do subscribe that there is things like gravity and time that we haven't harnessed yet. And there's,
sure. Well, for
you know
sure.
what I mean?
The idea of the idea of the existence
we're
of the
being
universe
close.
itself is mind blowing because it either came out of nothing, which is impossible, or it came out of or it's always been here, which is impossible, or it's a simulation, which is impossible.
Yeah, there might be a layer there. That's what I'm saying. Time, space, 2 dimensions that we don't control fully right now. I think there's a thing there, and we're gonna see big jumps in science like in the next few years.
I was getting mixed up between Anna Luna. Who's the other?
Lauren Boebert?
No. There was another who did a video of her shooting a pedophile in a chair and tied to the chair.
Oh, that's the other Spanish chick.
In Texas or is it
you
in
know
Nevada?
I don't know.
We met her. She's a Latina.
I always get mixed up. Okay.
Let's watch one more clip of Anna Paulina Luna. This is her talking
clip.
about the Bible, the part of the Bible that talks about these heavenly beings and space travelers.
I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have. And that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion. And I think the history that we currently know and that kind of spins off into another topic of, you have the modern day Bible, you have this aspect of Bibles or books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics. And I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of information that we have access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet. And so it's really changing the way that we understand, the origins of life and the spiritual reality that we know.
Wow. She could just talk about anything, and I'd watch.
But
I'm a little irritated as to how she's holding her headphones over her hair.
Valentina Gomez.
Yes,
Valentina Gomez. Remember, she has guns and
she's
I like her too.
She crashes like Muslim events.
She's scary, but in a very, very good way.
The very first
sorry.
question you asked today was, can you name an attractive Democratic lawmaker? Can you? Because we just named 3. I'd even throw in Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She's
kind of a
hot.
hottie. She's got a good tight body. She does a lot of that CrossFit.
There's a lot of Jasmine. You have Jasmine Crockett, AOC. Who's the one that wears the turban?
Ilan Omar.
I actually find her the most attractive from the left, but her views are abhorrent.
Until she talks. I mean, she makes me want to vomit when she talks. And then
there's something about the whole her with her brother allegedly thing that kind of turns me on because I'm like, ooh, she's into freaky stuff.
All right,
Geez,
but
Rob.
can we go back to her argument? This is when she loses me. I love her though, but this is when she loses me.
She can lose me all day.
She can because she's being slightly blasphemous.
I get lost in
she's talking about the Book of Enoch. All right, that was
Billy Carson was on and talked about the Book of Enoch before.
Well, I don't like him
Carson's
either.
Gone.
His theories as a person, he's a wonderful man. All right. I went to his movie premiere with her friend. Anyhow, the Book of Enoch comes from early Jewish tradition, and it was removed from the canon, I think, in the year 300, 400 BC. And that's what she's referring to. They still keep it on the Ethiopian Bibles. So I don't know. If it's outside of canon, I don't care about it.
Okay, well, that is it for today's show. Viva, we did not get to your story, but I hope you come back and we can cover them banning people from being outdoors in Nova Scotia.
This is just like literally pedophile alley with a little bit of aliens because that's
even that worked its way to the pedophiles because of the Donald Barr connection.
But it's just wild that this is, bro, pedophiles are everywhere. They're infecting everything. They have islands. It's like, bro. And if you're going to be a pedophile, you better be rich and very, very successful and powerful because then you can get away with it.
You hear that, Deli? Rich and powerful to get away with it.
Take notes.
All right, well, that is it for today's podcast. Viva, where can people find you?
Viva Frei on Rumble. I don't know where to look here, but put in Viva Frei on the internet. You'll see it Sunday nights.
And that's
F-R-E-I, which is half of my last name, which is Freiheit, which means freedom.
And your book?
German. Louis the Lobster, Returns to the Sea.
Louis
Available
the
on
Lobster.
Amazon. Louis, L-O-U-I-S. It was named after my grandfather.
Vinnie?
Guys, I want all you guys to, obviously you know me, Vincent Oshana, but go to Valuetainment Comedy and please subscribe. I'm on the road to 500,000.
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
I am
Congratulations.
Thanks, Rob. I'm at 471,000 from a channel that had 5,000 subscribers about a year ago.
And you can find Value Tape in Spanish. Or
Yeah.
you can try.
Yeah.
And I'm on Minect. If you're not on Minect now, download Minect. It's the best way to connect with all different experts from all different walks of life. Patrick Bet-David is on there. Vinnie is killing it on there. We've got Lindy Lee on there. I'm on there. Humberto's on there.
Yep.
Everybody but
effing
Viva
up.
is on there. Even
No,
the
he's
team,
not. He's not.
I don't want to cheat on
Can
my
I get a
locals
shout out one
community.
even
thing?
the team in the back is on there. So if you're not on Minect, download and get on Minect today. Make sure you connect with your favorite experts.
Can I
Go
shout
ahead.
out one more thing? Value Team in Sports. We're in episode 2. Please go watch it. Chris and Danny, they're killing it. Great show.
And if go ahead.
No, your birthday. I just want to say, Rob, happy
Oh,
birthday.
thank you.
I'm so freaking happy that your mom and dad chose that day 29 years ago, 39 years ago, today.
To keep
it
it.
took 9 months, but to keep it and have you, and I'm so happy for your dad.
Can
Like,
I say
if I was
something
a
else?
ghost, if I was a ghost and I was there when I would have been like, I would have gone over your dad's shoulder like,
If it
you're
had been
doing
the
it, buddy.
sperm, if it had been the sperm 1 micro nanomillimeter
he
next
was
to
a
me, it would be a
second away
different
from not
person.
being here. You could have been a girl.
That's really what I wanted to think about today was
Your
my
mom and dad having
inseminating
sex.
my mom. So thank you very much for that.
All right.
Guys,
Thanks,
if
Mr.
you've enjoyed today's podcast, make sure you like and subscribe. That way we can continue to keep the lights on here and keep the content coming. We'll be back
Hold on,
next
Humberto has to
Tuesday.
say something. He's going to go
ahead.
crazy. He can
Oh,
say
no,
it.
no, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm very proud of Rob. Like when I started working here till now, he's been working on himself and the craft and whatever we do tremendously. Like he's getting fit. He's getting like he's
on a skateboard. He's
on a
fucking
skateboard.
chicks.
He's
He's doing
his
his
thing,
thing,
bro.
Did I just see? Did I just see Vinny's nipples?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
That's a sex cell.
Look at him.
You shave your chest.
No, I don't.
You trim it.
I trim it, yeah, because I'm Middle Eastern. I got hair. What, you guys don't do that?
Dude,
Michael looks like a wolf.
Let's all show our chest.
I've
David,
got nothing.
Humberto. All right.
Well, Michael was about to
That is
breastfeed
it for
something.
today.
This
We will
one
be
does
back
it. This one does it, boys.
next Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you have not done so, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you to Jake, Malik, Julius, Deli,
Mark,
and everybody that has
Connor.
made today's episode happen,
Connor.
as well as Connor. And we'll see you next Tuesday, 6 p.m. right here on The Unusual Suspects.
All right.
Golf clap.